Wilde Beast is Canada's Wonderland's double out and back wooden coaster, and it is something. In this review, we'll go over the history, the layout, and what I think Canada's Wonderland should do about this coaster. Starting out with the history. This ride was built with the park and opened with it as the second tallest coaster when it opened, just behind Mighty Canadian Mindbuster, which I have a separate review for. This ride has had multiple name changes, but not really. They changed the letters, as it first opened as Wilde Beast with two extra E's, one at the end of Wild and one at the end of Beast. Then when Paramount took over, they got rid of both E's, but a while back, I think in 2021 or something like that, Cedar Fair added an extra E to Wild Beast to the word wild. So now it's back to that. And apparently this ride was retracted in 2016, but as we get to the layout, you will soon find out that it does not really do anything, and I have a feeling this is just rumors to get people to ride it again. If this is true, then give credit to me. Moving on to the layout, the ride goes into a turn to the left, and which goes beyond 180. I'm not sure how much exactly, but it's beyond 180 the return to the left, and then another turn to the right that aligns itself with the station and brake run before going up into the 82-foot tall lift hill and going down the relatively forceless 78-foot tall drop, which actually has some crazy jackhammering in the valley. Yeah, this ride's not smooth. The ride then goes up into a very forceless turn, 180-degree turn, which again, extremely forceless. And the ride also has a double down, which has a bit of force, but not that much, and it's still jackhammeringly rough. Like, I feel like a shopping cart with triangular wheels is smoother. And I mean that in the worst way possible. The ride then goes into a really forceful banked bunny hop into a banked turnaround, but they're really rough still. The turn-on isn't really that forceful, but it's jackhammer factory. It's a machine. It's horrible. I'm telling you, this ride is one of the worst I've ever been on. After that, the ride goes into two extremely rough airtime hills, and the second one, which was banked, kind of, was apparently retracted, but it, again, still really rough, and they do have some force, but not that much force. Still not smooth. The ride then goes into a really rough bunny hop or two. I don't remember how much. Into the brakes right after a 180-degree turn, which doesn't really trim. In total, the ride has 3,150 feet of track, and most of that is jackhammer factory. And I mean that in the best way possible. So to answer the question, if it hasn't been answered already enough, this ride is not smooth. Do not ride it. It's so bad. Moving on to the final score, I feel like it's quite obvious what I'm going to give it. I'm giving it a 0.5 out of 10. And that's mainly because it has force, but it's so rough. Like, oh my gosh. It is so painful. Now, there is a question that I feel like should be answered. Should this ride get RMC'd, and or what should Canada's Wonderland do about this ride? And I have a specific answer to that. And that is, well, they can't keep it around like this. Obviously, for obvious reasons, this ride sucks so much like this. But I feel like they either do two things. Give it a full retrack, not RMC, like Gravity Group, make it like Grizzly at King's Dominion. That'll make it really good. Do that. But do not RMC it. But on the other option is to tear it down and replace it with a GCI wooden coaster. I made a couple concepts for that. Also tear down Bat with that. Please don't keep it running like this. And I feel like don't RMC it because I feel like there's better space if you put it in the Kingswood plot of land and put like an RMC hyper there. This ride deserves to go or get retracked. It cannot be left in this state for long because the state it's in is criminal. Like, you might get arrested if you keep wild beasts in the state like this. So, whoever's at leading Canada's Wonderland, do this. Anyways, have you ridden wild beasts and hate it as much as me? Or do you think it's actually really underrated and you think I'm overreacting? Let me know down in the comments. And with that said, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!